This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
When it comes to insurance, you can't afford to make a mistake. So go with the team at Jordan and Vaught Insurance for home, auto, and life needs. They'll make sure that you're protected. Call Ross or any of his friendly staff at Jordan and Vaught Insurance at 812-384-3535.
Good evening and welcome to Linton High School softball tonight as the Lady Miners are hosting the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds coming in with a 6-7 mark on the year and 1-3 in the conference. Linton coming in at 5-6 and 3-1 in the conference. Now the last outing for the Linton Miners was a rain out, so they get back on track here at home tonight. They were rained out on the road. Looking at the weather, 88 degrees, winds out of the south at 7 miles an hour, but we do have some gusts as high as 11 miles an hour. Heather Rader, Greg Elliott joining us in the broadcast team tonight. Greg, I'll turn this over to you first. How do you see this tonight?
Hey, I think this is going to be a good game. You look at Eastern Greene, they've won 6 out of their last 9. Linton's won 4 out of their last 5. They're both starting to kind of find their way here. Eastern's programs continue to get better each year, and they've got some nice players, so should be a really, really good ball game tonight. Eastern's 1-3 in the conference. Linton is 3-1, so another conference game here tonight and a county rivalry game. So again, a lot of these kids know each other. Some of them probably played with each other over the years in different sports, and so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out tonight.
Turn our attention now to Heather. Heather, there's a lot going on tonight.
There's lots of minor action from here actually at home. We will first off feature the minor middle school track that is currently in action here at home against the Bloomfield Cardinals. Also, we have our high school tennis team that is currently in play to our left against the North Davies Cougars. And then here in just a few minutes, 12 minutes to be exact, the varsity-only baseball minors are taking on Northeast DuBois, and this is a varsity matchup only. So when the national anthem sounds here in a little bit, we expect 4 different fields to be at attention here. We should also mention that today, Kevin, you and I, before we get too far into this, today you and I had the opportunity after school to go to the Breadaway residence and witness 100 after-school program students participating in what we would call the catch and release day. And this is just one picture you're seeing on the screen here to kind of tease what is going to come here in the next few days. Probably we're going to have some people submit some pictures and then do a video for all of you. But it was very much a very good day for us both to be able to see these students and sponsors and people in the community kind of all come together. So
huge day for catfish.
Yes,
it was a huge day for catfish, and we saw one little guy who was barely bigger than the catfish he pulled out of the drink, who was extremely ecstatic and jumping up and down, yelling, "My parents are going to be so proud." And I'm sure they will be. And, what a great after-school program. The kids were running around and trying to line up behind poles. They had about twice as many kids as they did fishing poles, but everybody was doing their best. And it's a great tribute to the school and to the people who work so hard to put it on.
We should mention that we are currently in the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show. And Jordan and Vaught Insurance offers home, auto, and life insurance. Call Ross and his friendly staff that treat you like family, making sure you are covered. Call 812-384-3535 today, and that's Jordan and Vaught Insurance. Kevin?
Yeah, the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds still warming up on the field below. We'll come back with more of the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame in a moment. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Midwest Satellite in Linton provides Dish Network starting at $84.99 a month. Mike also has T-Mobile home internet for $60 a month with debit card auto pay. Call or text Mike Morin at 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He'll treat you right.
We come back again, Kevin Rader, Heather Rader, and Greg Elliott. Greg, I want to toss to you because, I mean, it's just the rain. It's been an on and off fight all year, and last night it bit the Lady Miners again on the road.
Yeah, I told Coach the way our season's going, we have a nice night and there's not a thunderstorm within 100 miles of us, and we've got one sitting on Little Bar Reeve Diamond down where we're playing. The girls sounded like started off pretty good first inning, and then the skies opened up and wasn't able to finish it. So it was disappointing because Bar Reeve's got a really good team, and so you just want to continue to challenge yourself and measure yourself. And so the girls, I think, were certainly up to the task and certainly started that way. So just disappointing.
It was a real oddity because it was kind of a doubleheader, boys and girls, and the boys were able to play. And so that's one of those riddle me that, Batman.
Yeah, different fields and where they get water from, that field down there on the softball kind of sits down in a little bit of a hole, and so I'm guessing it got some runoff as well. But, at least the boys were going to get a game in.
And Heather, of course, we're coming up on a lot of weekend activity as well.
So this weekend, we're going to kind of play a little bit of double duty, and we're going to show this here on the screen for all of you. So Saturday morning, which will be our next broadcast, we will head to the baseball diamond to carry you live Shakamak Lakers at Linton Stockton. That game is varsity only, and it starts at 11 a.m. And so then we will, at the end of that game, get gathered up and head to the school to live stream Grand March. The doors open at 4:45 for guests, and that is a free admission. Our coverage will begin at 5:15. We're going to do a little bit of talking about the prom and setting the tone for that. And then Grand March steps off at 5:30. You can watch both of these events on the IHSAA Champions Network or Facebook Live as well. So we've got a very busy weekend coming up.
Now, something we should say is there some of you out there may be wondering why are we not doing the boys' game tonight, and it's clear why we are not. We've chosen to do the softball because it is a conference game. Eastern Greene Thunderbirds coming in, members of the SWIAC Conference, where the Miners are playing
the Miners baseball is playing Northeast DuBois.
Northeast DuBois.
We said at the very beginning of the season we were going to do our absolute best to cover equal games on the softball side as well as the baseball side, and meaning in that is we're going to try to cover as many conference games as we can, and we will next week be covering a lot of minor baseball. You want to stay tuned to our Facebook page because the next 2 weeks specifically are a lot of track meets, tennis, golf, baseball, and softball. So that is the best place to be able to see what time, where, how you purchase tickets, how you watch online. And we're very excited to have all of you join us and stay along for this coverage as well.
Right now on the field, we have the coaches meeting with the umpires at home plate, so we're getting closer and closer to game activity. This is the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Anna, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Welcome back. Again, the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds coming in at 6-7, 1-3 in the SWIAC. Linton 5-6 and 3-1 in the SWIAC. And Greg, you can talk about. We're getting ready here, I guess, for the pregame festivities. So I'll turn it over to Dara Pilot.
Good evening and welcome to Linton Stockton High School. Tonight's game features the visitors, the Thunderbirds of Eastern Greene, and the home team, the Miners of Linton Stockton. We'll start with the lineup for the Thunderbirds. Batting first, playing shortstop, number 22, Jessica Hovius. Batting second and pitching, number 8, Addison Ramey. Batting third, playing third, number 2, Clara McGee. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 19, Delaney Davis. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 15, Bailey Tiemann. Batting sixth and playing second, number 4, Ashlyn Bellman. Batting seventh, number 14, Emelise Roach. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 9, Melanie Wyatt. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 5, Bianca Wyatt. And playing left field for the Thunderbirds, number 12, Cheyenne Padgett. The Thunderbirds are coached by head coach Tommy Bell. And now the lineup for the home team, the Miners of Linton Stockton. Batting first, the second baseman, number 14, Maylee Pilot. The second batter and the center fielder, number 25, Addison McKee. Batting third, playing third, number 5, Brady Chambers. The fourth batter and the catcher, number 6, Piper Bland. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 20, Addie Ward. The sixth batter and the first baseman, number 22, Abby McKee. The seventh batter, number 7, the shortstop, Bella Franklin. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 30, Libby McKee. Batting ninth, number 11, Ashlyn Tatlock. And the pitcher for the Miners, number 15, Claire Stanton. The Miners are coached by Miss Beth Worms. At this time, we'd ask you to stand and remove your caps as we play our nation's anthem. Good luck, ladies. Let's play ball.
So we're getting ready to play ball for the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds. It's 1, 2, and 3 here, of course, in the top of the first. Jessica Hovius, Addison Ramey, and Clara McGee. Now looking at the Miners defensively lined up here in the outfield. Number 20, Addie Ward in left field. Number 25, Addison McKee in Sutter. In right field, number 30, Olivia McKee. In the infield, starting at first, number 22, Abby McKee. At second, number 14, Maylee Pilot. At shortstop, number 7, Bella Franklin. And at third base, number 5, Brady Chambers. Behind home plate is Piper Bland, and pitching tonight, number 15, Claire Stanton. Greg, I look out to the flag, and I know I said earlier that I think there were gusts that could go as high as 11 mile an hour, but it is blowing directly into home plate, which is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, obviously you're going to keep maybe some balls in the yard that might have a chance to get out if it wasn't blowing in, but the other thing I think that's more important is just there's got to be a lot of communication in the outfield as well as any fly balls in the infield, because they're going to move.
They can drop.
They're going to move. You're going to think you're camped underneath it and it's blowing, or you get one of those gusts that comes a little odd angle and a ball can move. So again, a lot of communication, a lot of talking is going to need to happen out there in the outfield, especially.
Leading off for the Thunderbirds, the shortstop, number 22, Jessica Hovius.
You heard the announcement there. The Miners all meeting around the pitcher, Claire Stanton, who even at times, I think, Greg, when we've seen her anyway, we haven't seen all the games, even when she's not pitching at her best, the defense behind her has come through.
The defense has been really pretty solid all year for the Miners, so hopefully they'll continue that. Hovius is a senior. She's a really good player, does a lot of things for the Thunderbirds.
She's leading off with the ball outside. Hitting from the right side. 1-0 the count. She'll dig back in. Claire Stanton, the left-hander, with a windup in the pitch. Ball, kind of a slow roller to second base, and it's out number 1. Dodged a bullet there.
Nice pitch. Maley did a good job staying on that ball. Those have a lot of spin on them coming off the bat, and they can do some really weird things when they hit the ground, but she played through it well.
Addison Ramey is stepping up now to the plate. She's pitcher, number 8. She's second in the batting order. And then Clara McKee is on deck. Ramey looking here at the sophomore, 5'10".
Yeah, and she's one of their other pitchers there. Warming up out there, looked like she was throwing pretty well too. So,
ball 2 to Ramey. 1 out, nobody on. No score, just underway. Here's the windup. I thought that was close. It was a strike on the outside corner. What were you starting to say, Greg?
Claire's just done a really good job of painting corners and not hanging a lot of balls over the plate.
There's a high pop-up over the first base in foul territory. She can't get to it. Abby McKee made a valiant effort, but she couldn't get to that ball. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, they're just, as far as just watching her up here at the plate, she's covering the plate up. 2-2 now. We'll see what Claire brings back here.
Boy, that had some heat on it, but It was a little low. That brings us to a full count. Ramey against Stanton. Here's the windup in the pitch. Ball hit right down by first base. It'll be a base hit. That was one of those, even if Abby McKee had come off and tried to make a play on it, there was nobody to throw the ball to.
Yeah, I think you probably want to see her take a hard step, have 1 or 2 hard steps to her right, try to field that ball and beat her back to the bag. But nothing hurt there. Got one on.
1 out, 1 on.
See what we can do here.
Go to the number 3 hitter in the order, Clara McGee, third base. And the 4th hitting cleanup is number 19, Delaney Davis, the catcher, on deck. McGee waiting for the pitch. Here's a ball hit right by the pitcher and by the second baseman. So we've got 2 runners on. And, that was threading the needle because Stanton almost had it and Pilot almost had it.
Yeah. Claire just missed it. She catches that ball, we're getting 1 out for sure, maybe 2.
So Delaney Davis, the cleanup hitter, coming on with 2 runners on. Not what you like to see. Bailey Tiemann, and now the first baseman, is on deck.
Need to be careful here. Davis hit a 3-run shot last night against WRV.
And she has the opportunity here. Stanton. Ball high. So Addison Ramey at second, Clara McGee at first, 1 out. And the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds threatening to get on the board here in the top of the first. That looked good, and it was. 1-1 after that strike. There's the windup and the delivery. That looked good, but it must have been low. 2-1.
Claire needs to settle in here.
Bailey Tiemann is on deck, the first baseman. Stanton shakes off the first call, likes the second one. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball fouled back. 2-2. You know, that is kind of interesting when you figure you've got Stanton, who I believe she's a junior, and you've got the catcher, Piper Bland, who's a freshman, but she's calling the game, is she not?
Yeah. You know, Coach Warren's will call a few pitches in certain situations, but overall, Piper's.
There's the 2-2 count, swing and miss for a strikeout.
It's a big strikeout there.
A Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout, the first one of the night, and crucial because it gets now 2 outs, but still 2 runners on, and Bailey Tiemann will step up to the plate.
Coming to the plate, number 15, Bailey Tiemann.
Piper's done a great job. She's settled in as a freshman and done a good job. Her and Claire work really well together.
Now here's the first time we've had lefty against lefty, and there's a
little curveball
called strike
on the outside there. Tiemann's a 4-year starter, I think, 3-year for sure. She's played a lot of softball.
There's a ball hit right back to the pitcher, Stanton. Her throw to first in time. So the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds strand 2 and come up scoreless as the Miners dodge a bullet. We go to the bottom of the first on the Team Ortho scoreboard. It's still 0-0. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Call Brock Anderson Construction for your home repair and building needs. With over 25 years experience in the construction field, he'll strive to have you come home to quality. Call 812-798-5583. Go Miners. When it comes to real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Greene County native Corey Motter serves Greene, Owen, Monroe, and surrounding counties, so he knows all about your location. Reach out for a free market analysis to get to know the value of your home. Whether you're buying or selling, you'll want to close it with Corey.
Eastern Greene going through the warm-up. We see this top of the lineup for the Linton Miners here. Hitters 1, 2, and 3 in the bottom of the first. Maylee Pilot, Addie McKee, and Brady Chambers. Heather, you were going to talk earlier about, and I know we'll hit this a couple of times before the game's over, about a special thing we have going on with teachers.
So next week, May 6th, Monday through Friday the 10th, is Teacher Appreciation Week. And so Teacher Appreciation Day is Tuesday, and we're going to share here in just a couple of minutes something we have going on.
Maylee Pilot digging in. Ball fouled, out of play. 0-1. Maylee digs back in. Here's the pitch, a little low. Even up the count. Addison Ramey is the one pitching tonight for Eastern Greene. Addison, as Greg pointed out, only a sophomore. There's a ball a little high.
Good job by Maylee there. You know, again, we're just looking to continue to build on our plate approach and pitch selection as we look to drive balls.
There's a ball wrapped toward third base. The throw too high. Maylee will round it first. Will she turn at second? She's going for third. There's the throw. It could be in time, but no. I think she beats it with a slide. Stand-up triple for Maylee Pilot.
Heads up base running there. Throw from 3 was high, not catchable there, and Maylee never even misses a beat.
That slide was tremendous because that ball was in time.
Well,
that was a bang play.
She slides the backside of that bag, makes that tag harder to get.
Addie McKee stepping up now, the center fielder, fouls that one off. So the Miners have a runner in scoring position right away from the leadoff hitter, Maylee Pilot. Brady Chambers on deck as center fielder Addie McKee is now in there. 0-1 the count. There's a ball high. One and one. Ramey's delivery fouled back. That was a little off-speed pitch there, wasn't it?
And that's she actually got Maylee on that a little bit. Floated that changeup in there, and Maylee was out ahead of it. She was able to make something out of it, but she's floated 2 or 3 here to Addie. So we've got a
1-2 the count. There's a ball wrapped down to the third baseline. There's the throw. That again is over the head. Pilot will score from third base. The runner will round. McKee heading for third, and she's in with a stand-up triple. Although technically it's an error on the throw, so really
it'll be
a single
an error
with,
and 2 bases on the overthrow.
Right.
Next up for the Miners,
again,
number 5,
good start there. Taking advantage of it. That's what you want to do. Your team makes an error, you got to make them pay for it, and they both did there by heads-up base running.
Wow, a tough start for Clara McGee out there on third base. She's fielded perfectly, but the throws have both been high, and it's proved to be costly as the Miners get on the board here, 1-0, and another runner in scoring position at third as Brady Chambers steps up to the plate, down on the count, 0-1. Ramey's pitch. That looked like a good pitch, and it was.
She painted that outside corner as well.
She really did. Now it's 0-2. Brady's down on the count. See what she's able to do here. There's a ball popped up, an infield pop-up, going directly to the second baseman for out number 2. Or out number 1.
Coming to the plate for the Miners, the catcher, number 6, Piper Bland.
See here, Piper's been seeing the ball really well the last 4, 5, 6 ball games, so hopefully she'll stay hot here. Good chance to drive in a run and make something happen.
Piper Bland, the catcher, digging in. Addie Ward is on deck. There's the pitch.
Yep.
Called strike again, painting that corner. Ramey has shown some moxie here with some good pitches. That's identical there.
Yep.
0-2 the count. Getting out in front of the batters now. Piper Bland, the freshman, digs in against the sophomore, Addison Ramey. Pitch, great ball, hit right at the shortstop who can't handle it. And there is another run in, an RBI for Piper Bland.
Smoked. Absolutely smoked. You know, the Ramey's throwing some good pitches here. She's getting out ahead. You know, one of your battles as a pitcher is you're always trying to widen the strike zone, and she's doing a good job of that. The Miners have just been patient and hit some balls here.
Addie Ward steps in. Well, there's a swing and a miss. Truthfully speaking, the third base, a couple of times, both those throws should have been on, and that would take away a run. And then this shortstop had a chance at making that play, even though it was right at her. There's a ball hit to first base. That's going to get by, too, and go into right field. So now we'll have runners at the corners with 1 out. So Addie Ward makes her time at the plate. Or no, Piper Bland makes her time at the plate count. And Addie Ward makes her time at the plate count. So Piper Bland is at third, Addie Ward at first. And now Abby McKee, number 22, steps in. Nice pitch.
A great changeup. Just floats there, and of course, first pitch, you don't want to be swinging at a changeup. So
Addie Ward just trots on to second. There's no play on that. So now runners at second and third. Pitch.
Another one.
Little bit out. I mean, not outside, right at the outside of the plate. 0-2 the count. Bella Franklin on deck, but Abby McKee trying to do more damage here. A little low there, 1-2. I have noticed a couple of times in watching, some pitchers pay more attention to the base runners than others. Of course, in this case, second and third can't go anywhere.
Right. Yeah, and they can't.
Ooh, ball inside. Good stop by the catcher. Great play by Delaney Davis there with a runner at third. That ball could have easily gotten away. 2-2 the count. Ramey's pitch. Fouled back. Abby trying to hang with it here.
Just got to keep battling.
Base hit here, and you could theoretically have 2 more runs on the board.
Yep. There's a ball. Get
There's
down
a
on
ball
the line.
going foul down the first baseline. It's the first time I've noticed in her stance that lead foot, she kind of twists that foot in a little bit, doesn't she?
Yep. Again, just
she does it at the last minute.
There's a lot of different ways she turns that foot.
Here's the pitch. Ooh, inside. Oh, I thought that was going to hit her. It did not. The count goes full, 3-2. I don't know how it missed her, to be truthful.
That's 7 pitches at this at-bat. That's a good at-bat.
There's the 3-2, and it's inside. It's a walk. So we get bases loaded with 1 out.
That's a great at-bat by Abby. She gets down 0-2. She fouls a couple off, takes some balls, doesn't panic and chase, earns herself a walk out of there. That's just good plate approach and great job by her. Now we've got a chance with Bella up here to drive in some runs.
Delaney Davis steps out to talk a little bit to the pitcher, Addison Ramey, for Eastern Greene, is Bella Franklin, the junior, getting ready to step in. The junior shortstop, number 7, batting on the right side. Bases loaded. Piper Bland at third, Addie Ward at second, Abby McKee at first, and Bella Franklin takes the first pitch high and outside. 1-0. No, I'm sorry, 2-0 Miners. Swing and a miss. Bella just a little behind that one. 1-1. Olivia McKee, the right fielder, is on deck. There's a ball fouled back.
Good swing.
Just a quick reminder to everyone, Facebook Live is not wanting to syndicate tonight, so the only way you can view this is on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network.
There's a ball outside. That's an off-speed pitch.
It's a good take by Bella. That's awful tempting to take a cut at when it's floating in there like that.
It just kind of hung there, didn't it? 2-2. Good. Ball low and in the dirt. Great stop again by the catcher, Delaney Davis. Count goes full. 1 out, full count. And Bella Franklin digs in. She'll see what Addison Ramey's going to throw on a 3-2. Wind up the right-handed pitch. Strike 3. A Welter Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout that caught Bella looking. And that brings Olivia McKee up now with 2 outs and the bases loaded.
She's been busting Bella outside, and she came inside on that. It was a good pitch.
There's a ball right down the pipe for strike 1. You can almost tell sometimes when a pitcher, you can feel she's got a little momentum right now, even though the bases are loaded. 1-1. We're at hitters 8 and 9. Olivia McKee at the plate. Ashton Tatlock is on deck. At 1-1. Count at the plate with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Miners threatening. There's a swing and a miss. One and 2 the count. Olivia McKee, the juniors, waiting for the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout. And I will tell you, Addison Ramey fought back in that, but the Miners come away with 2 runs. They strand 3, but they lead after 1, 2-0 on the Team Ortho scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Correll's Gas of Linton has been locally owned and operated for 77 years. They offer residential and agricultural propane. They also fill all sizes of propane cylinders and motorhomes. Located on Highway 54 in Linton, find them on Facebook at Correll's LP Gas or just call 812-847-4076. When you're really hungry, we all know the best thing to do is to keep it in the family. The Grill in Linton has been in the same family for 40 years. Friday and Saturday nights are also steak night from 3 to 7:30 p.m. So why not keep it in the family at the Grill in Linton?
So we go now to the top of the second. We're at hitters 6, 7, and 8. That's Bellman, Roach, and Wyatt for Eastern Greene. And Greg, that's one of those innings where you say to yourself, you had a great inning, you scored 2 runs, but you left 3.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. And you know, we scored 2 runs based on their errors. We had one hit there. Piper hit a really good ball there, but just – again, you're happy you got 2 runs on the board, but you left the bases loaded, and those type of things will come back and bite you if you're not careful. So need to settle in here again, play defense, and get ready to go again.
Ashlyn Bellman, the sophomore, will be stepping in here. Heather, I know you started to talk a little bit about those teachers as Bellman prepares to step in.
So on our Facebook page, we are giving away a $100 gift card, and people can go to the Google form that is posted at the top of the Facebook page and nominate your favorite teacher. And we'll be doing a Facebook Live on Tuesday to award that gift card to one lucky teacher.
Stanton's first pitch, strike on the outside corner.
I will say that I'm very pleased that out of 22 entries that we already have, over half of them are from students nominating a teacher.
That's wonderful. And this includes from K all the way up.
Pre-K all the way to 12.
Here's a bolt outside, 1-1. Yeah, that's really nice. And it shows actually some kids are really watching the page, too, which is nice. As Heather pointed out earlier, we've got track going on straight over center field off the left. We've got tennis, and we've got baseball going on. Linton could not be any busier than it is right now. There's a ball, 2-1. Let's see. Emelise Roach is on deck. There's a swing and a miss.
Tomorrow night is the Greene County Invitational for the track, and I just hope that they're able to get this in because weather doesn't look favorable for tomorrow night at all.
2-2 is the count. Swing and a miss there for strike 3. A Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout to start out the second inning. Brings up Emelise Roach with Melanie Wyatt on deck. Roach, a junior, stepping in here with nobody on and 1 out at the top of the second.
That was a good pitch, just a little low.
Yeah,
there.
I thought that was a strike.
He looked at it.
1-0 the count. Was that a little off speed?
Yeah, just a little. I'm not sure what she threw there. It was up in the zone a little bit.
Fouled back, 1-1 the count. Claire Stanton, the left-hander with a wind-up in the pitch. Ball fouled back. Did that make you flinch, Dara? Nah. It was right at the fence in front of her, but she didn't budge. 1-2 the count. Stanton preparing to wind up. Ball to the belt. Here's the wind up in the pitch. Always want to wait to make sure that's a ball outside. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oh, great. My. Called strike 3. A Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout. Greg, you're about to say great pitch.
Yeah, it's a great pitch. Again, she's painting that outside corner with that screwball and doing a really good job.
Melanie Wyatt, the right fielder, the eighth hitter in the order. Stepping in. Melanie's a senior. Waiting for the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, you don't want to say this too early, but the second of the last out in the first inning was a strikeout. The first two here in the second, it's like Claire is starting to get into a groove. Ooh, did that? I thought that hit her on the
got her
helmet. So I jinxed her. And Melanie Wyatt gets on with a hit pitch, and it brings Bianca Wyatt, the center fielder,
Next
to the plate.
Thunderbirds, the center fielder, number 5, Bianca Wyatt.
Still 83 degrees with a wind of 9 miles to the north.
Blowing right into home plate. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Got 2 outs at this point. Is just concentrate on the plate, Craig?
Yeah. I mean, get the batter here.
Again, she shakes off the first pitch. Call, likes the second one. Bull high. 1-1.
Like to see Piper throw down there.
Boy, that
To
always
1.
seen so many go errant. There's a called strike.
Can't hesitate, though. She thought about it at that time.
1-2.
As runners get out there and get flat-footed, they're primed to get picked off, and she did the last couple pitches. We'll see. Just even that fake changes it up a little bit. Nice pitch.
Swing for strike 3. She goes down on strikes. And so Claire Stanton strikes out the side, and the 3 Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeouts. So the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds strand 1, don't come away with any runs. We go to the bottom of the second inning. And the Team Ortho scoreboard, it's still the Miners 2 and the Thunderbirds 0. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Greene County General Hospital, where compassion meets excellence. With 2 5-star ratings, our dedicated team of doctors, nurses, and staff have worked tirelessly to provide top-notch care. We're not just among the best in Indiana, we're among the top hospitals in the entire country. So when it comes to healthcare, choose Greene County General Hospital. State-of-the-art facilities, patient-centered approach, our family caring for yours.
The Miners start out with hitters 9, 1, and 2 here in the bottom of the second. Ashton Tatlock digging in here. Maylee Pilot on deck. Ball inside, but boy, that was flirting with the inside corner. Was close.
Interesting to see what Ashland does here. She's quick. She can bunt. She can do a lot of different things. So.
Boy, they went way outside. Were they thinking a bunt there?
No, I just think they went outside.
Okay.
I don't know there was any.
I thought the third baseman was even coming in there. 2-0 the count.
The corners are back pretty far, so might have a chance. That's a strike there.
2-1. Boy, if you get her on and go to the top of the order with her speed, that could really be a threat to score. There's a foul ball down the first baseline. She got a piece of it, 2-2. Got a piece of that one fouled back over the Miner tower. Count idles at 2-2. Addison Ramey, the pitcher, the right-hander. Again, the third consecutive foul. Ashton Tatlock is battling to stay alive here with a 2-2 count. Ball low and in the dirt.
This is good at bat here by Ashland. If, 5 pitches here, she's taking about 7 here with a couple foul offs. So, again, several kids doing a great job at the plate. Another one.
There's another one fouled back. Ashlyn Catlock waiting for the pitch.
Car horns going off.
Swing and a miss. A Welton Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout. She battled valiantly but goes down on strikes. And we go now to the top of the order to Maylee Pilot with Addie McKee on deck. Ramey's delivery. Called strike. There's a ball. It's going to get by the second baseman. She gets on with her second hit of the night. And so you have one runner on with one out, and Addie McKee now steps up to the plate. That was like a laser. It just knew where to go.
Yeah, she hit that ball hard. It was good. Second baseman, even if she'd have been able to get a glove on it, she wouldn't have been able to throw her out. She'd had to lay out completely.
Addie McKee lays down a bunt, goes foul. Addie, first time up, ended up on third base, but that was after a throwing error by the third baseman. But she scored. So the Miners ended up with 2 stand-up triples consecutively right off to start the game to jump out to this 2-0 lead. Here's a bunt again, laid down, foul.
That's
0-2.
One thing we have got to get better at is getting bunts down consistently. We struggle with it. We don't do it as well as we should. Opportunities there.
Brady Chambers on deck. Addie digs in. She's down. 0-2 in the count. One runner on. There's a ball laced down the third base line. Just foul. It was a grounder, but boy, if it had been over about what? Half a foot?
Yeah, probably.
It would have been right in the bag.
No more than a foot, and it would have been down in that corner down there.
She digs back in. Again, count idles at 0-2. Another foul back. The Miners are hanging tough at the plate. But so far, Addison Ramey has 3 strikeouts. Welton Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeouts. To her credit, she's looking here to try to get her 4th. There's an infield pop-up. The ball's going to dive, but it's the shortstop dives and makes the play, makes the catch, so that's 2 outs. Pilot will stay at first.
Next to the plate for the Miners, the third baseman, number 5, Brady Chambers.
Brady Chambers stepping in here now. She popped out for an out in the first inning. Here's a ball high and outside. Little sneeze, and I don't know where the bless you came from, if it was in with the crowd or the...
It's right below the Miner Tower underneath our camera.
There's a nice ball. It's going to die down in fair territory. It's mishandled a little bit by the right fielder. Still mishandled. They round at third. They're coming home. There's the throw. The run will score, and Chambers will be standing at third.
Great heads-up running. Right fielder bobbled that ball and then tried to pick it up again and couldn't pick it up, and Maylee never slowed down all the way around. Neither did Brady. So again, took advantage of an error there. There's
a ball. Backhand, the attempt on the backhand by the shortstop. Now it's mishandled by the left fielder, and she will go on to second with a stand-up double.
Piper is hot right now. That's a great ball. Again, super hit just out of shortstop's reach. Left fielder took a hop or missed it, went past her.
Yeah, and calling all of that, I neglected to tell you that Brady Chambers scored from third. There now, Piper's going on to third. She'll round and stay put. Boy, the Miners are really in control early here. Bounced down to a 4-0 lead. Addie Ward is at the plate. Now they're doing some landscaping to try to clean off the plate. Remember the old days when they used to actually have a brush?
Yeah. He was giving Delaney Davis a little extra time. That ball hopped up and hit her in the bicep on her left arm.
Thank you for that. So it's a valiant point. There's the ball low. 2-0. The count to Addie.
Takes a special kid to be a catcher.
Boy, that is the truth.
It's not easy, and it's.
There's the ball hit right at the third baseman. Great glove. The throw in time for out number 3. So the Miners come away with 2 runs. They strand 1, and at the end of 2 complete, lead 4-0 on the Team Ortho scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
E2 Custom Creations is a local laser engraving business focusing on personalized gifts like tumblers, hats, and awards. Whether you want a single or multiple items, they can handle your request. Have a unique idea for a business or a personal gift? Give them a call at 812-798-0174 or email them at e2customcreations812@gmail.com.
We go back now to the top of the third for the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds. We are at the top of the order. Jessica Hovius, Addison Ramey, and Clara McGee, 1, 2, and 3 in the order for the Thunderbirds. We'll be facing Claire Stanton here in the top of the third with the Miners up 4-0. So far, you can complain about some stranded runners, but when you're up 4-0, Greg, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, again, you want to be perfect. That's what you're trying to do, right? You're not going to be, you're not going to be, but you're trying all the time to reach that, and you're trying to not leave anybody on. But that was a great inning. We had 2 outs and manufactured 2 runs out of it with 2 outs. So great job by the girls there, and you're looking at again momentum here.
They have forced the defense to make plays, and they have committed errors, and that's led to a 4-0 lead.
We've done a good job of putting the ball in play.
Jessica Hovia steps in on the right-hand side against the left-handed pitcher, Claire Stanton for the Miners. Here's the ball low. 1-0 to Hovius. She grounded out her first time up, but as Greg pointed out, she can yard the ball. There's a ball. No, that's a strike. 1-1. The pitch. Ooh, I thought that was close.
Just a tad low.
Call that one a ball. Stanton again. Waves off the first call, likes the second. There's the pitch, fouled back.
Good pitch.
2-2 now the count. Stanton rocks and throws. Ball outside. Count goes full. That was a great stop, by the way.
Yep.
By Piper Bland. Nobody on base, but still, it was a great stop. Here's the 3-2. Just outside, ball 4. Jessica Hovey is the leadoff hitter here in inning number 3 is on. Brings up Addison Ramey, the pitcher, and Clara McGee on deck. See if they try to move the runner here. Pitch. Of course, I know if you're listening, you're saying, well, doesn't every batter want to move the runner? I was thinking a bunt.
Yeah, and that's still a possibility here. It also wouldn't surprise me to see Hovius take off either way on this.
Challenge the
got to test
freshman catcher here.
There she went.
And there's the throw.
Great
and
throw.
Oh, my, the throw was on time. It was a perfect throw by Piper Bland to the shortstop, Bella Franklin. And, oh, my, all Bella had to do was extend the glove.
that was on a rope. Bella made a great job, great catch, get the tag on her.
What a great play. It brings us back to a 1-1 count now at the plate. There's a ball hit toward first base. Pilot will scoop it up. Abby McKee made a valiant effort, missed it, but she was backed up by Pilot, who then was able to race to the bag for out number 2.
The third baseman, number 2, Clara McGee.
So second out, it brings up Clara McGee, the third baseman, with Delaney Davis on deck. Here's the windup. Bowled outside.
One of the things you love about this game is how quick momentum and circumstances can change. They get a leadoff walk, and 2 pitches later we throw her out at 2, and then you get a ground out, and all of a sudden you go from a situation where, hey, you have a threat on base to taking that away. So it's just kind of a chess match the entire game.
You know, though, you called it because you said you wouldn't be surprised if Hovius would run. She instantly was off to the races. So clearly Piper Bland thought that as well.
Yeah. Again, Piper
There's
knows
a
your
foul
job.
tip.
Your job as a catcher back there, if somebody gets on base that you're going to do everything you can to keep them getting that next 60 feet. So framing balls, catching balls, making good throws. And she has a strong arm. There's not a lot of kids going to be able to run on her when she throws
You can't
like
make
that.
a throw better than that,
No,
than she made to second base. It was picture
nice
perfect.
pitch.
There's a pitch a little outside, but a swing and a miss on Clara McGee. And that evens the count up at 2-2. Stanton is battled back here now. McGee singled her first time up in the first. And there she's down
Great
on
inning.
a Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout. A great inning defensively for the Miners. As the Eastern Green Thunderbirds strand, there's nobody left on base and no runs come in. We go now to the bottom of the third, and it remains 4-0 Miners in the Team Ortho scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
From the time we are babies, we understand the importance of saying goodbye. Viewings, funerals, and memorials give us that opportunity. Though needs and customs have changed, the importance of these gatherings remain the same. We laugh, cry, and share great stories. We also feel the true meaning of support from our family and our friends. It's another way to help through the grief process and begin to heal.
We go now to the bottom of the third with John Mellencamp playing in the background. Hurts so good.
Got to chuckle just a little bit. The bug spray is back out, so that means everybody's favorite gnat is back in full force this time of spring.
Boy, I'll tell you, Heather and I
They're
noticed
awful.
that at the fishing. Did
Yep.
we not, Heather?
There you go. Dara's got her buggins. Yeah, it's I noticed them the other night for the first time, so
Abby McKee stepping in here with ball 1.
sure out there in the outfield.
I was swatting them all around that fishing pond today. Ooh, ball high.
Hit her.
Did it hit her?
I think so. Did it not?
No,
I didn't
she
think
just
so.
missed
I
it.
think she got
the,
out of the way.
Got the tip of the catcher's glove there.
2-2 to Abby McKee. Bella Franklin on deck, and Olivia McKee is to follow. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 here.
It's a pretty good pitch there. It was just a little bit low, but that was close.
Ball 3. Oh, there's a nice pitch. A fat fastball coming right down the middle, and Abby watched it all the way. Of course, with a 3-0 count.
Yeah, and you know it's coming. Ball 4.
That looked good, but it was ball 4. All right, she does her job. She's on.
I know Abby wants to hit the ball, and she obviously has shown that she's got a ton of power, but those are 2 good at-bats by her. Not she's being patient. She's not chasing. And
she's in play.
And I'll take a walk. go from there. There we go.
There's a bunt laid down by Bella Franklin. She'll race down the first base line, and they pick her off, but the runner advances to scoring position. Abby McKee is at second. Great attempted bunt there, but a good sacrifice by Bella Franklin.
It was a great bunt. If it had been out about 3 more feet, they wouldn't have got her. It just kind of died right there in the dirt. Catcher was able to make a play, but that wasn't an easy play. Davis made a great throw.
Olivia McKee
right
loops
there.
one to shallow right field for the score. McKee's going to round at third and come home and score.
Great job.
RBI for Olivia McKee.
Again, there you go with Abby. You know, Abby just
Next up for the Miners, number
did
11,
what she needed to do at bat, gets on base, lets her teammates move her around, takes advantage of it. Great job, great hit.
Ashlyn Tatlock now at the plate. Ashlyn struck out in the second inning and is down here in the count. 0-1 here now in the third. 1-1. Maylee Pilot is on deck. She's been red hot tonight, 2 for 2. Only one out. One runner on. There's a ball high. 2-1. Olivia McKee is on at first. There's the windup and the pitch. Battled back. Fouled off. 2-2. The wind is kind of dying down a little bit now. I don't think the gusts are quite as high as they were earlier. There's a ball
There's a big
inside,
ball
but
right
laced
up the middle.
right up the middle for a base hit for Tatlock. She's on with a single, and the runners advance at first and second.
the top for the Miners, number 14.
Olivia McKee at second, Ashlyn Tatlock at first, and Maylee Pilot coming to the plate. One out and 2 runners on. Addison Ramey. The windup in the pitch. Good pitch. That's laced right into center field. One hop to the center fielder. The base runner will round and score. And that is Olivia McKee all the way from second.
Maylee seeing the ball really well. That was a really nice hit. Line drive out there.
She's 3 for 3 tonight.
Abby McKee.
Hotter than a garlic milkshake tonight.
That'd be hot.
How hot is that, Kevin? Well, you know, the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds may be looking at a pitching change here. Addison Ramey has done well, really, but some of these early runs were not her fault. But now there's an avalanche coming here with 2 runs already in the bottom of the third with 1 out and runners on. It's 6-0. Are they going to? Yep, they're going to have a pitching change.
Her and Hovius have switched spots there, and you know, again, I didn't think she threw bad at all tonight. She did a good job of painting corners and stuff. Miners just setting on. When she did make a mistake there, they took advantage of it and has some nice hits here.
So we're right. Number 22, Jessica Hovius, is now going in as pitcher, and then Addison Ramey is going to number 6 to play at shortstop. So why don't we take a moment out here? It's 6-0 right now, Miners in the bottom of the third, and they are still loaded for bear with a runner on and just 1 out on the Team Ortho scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
I'm Brady Chambers. I've been playing softball for 12 years, and my favorite memory is beating Sullivan in the sectional championship.
Hi, I'm Adeline Ward. I've been playing softball for 14 years, and my favorite softball memory is beating Sullivan in the sectional my sophomore year.
So stepping up there now is number 25, Addie McKee. Hits a high fly ball to left field, and Catch for out number 2 unassisted out there. The runners will hold.
Up next for the Miners, the third baseman, number 5, Brady Chambers.
So that's out number 2. We still have 2 base runners on here. Ashlyn Tatlock at second and Maylee Pylant at first. There's a ball hit foul down the right field line. Brady Chambers 0-1 in the count. Piper Bland on deck. Brady digs in. There's a ball high. 1-1. There's the pitch. That was the ball. 2-1 to Chambers.
Brady's due to hit a gapper. It'd be nice to see one right here.
There's a ball, foul ball up and over the tower. Chambers, I guess you would really call it a hit, a single, but ended up on third with a couple of errors. In the second inning, had a fly ball for an out in the first. But she has scored a run. Here's a ball inside. So we've got a full count now on Brady Chambers at the plate with 2 outs and 2 runners on for the Miners. We're in the bottom of the third. Miners leading it 6-0 on the Team Ortho scoreboard. Thunderbirds with a pitch. Ball hit high to left field. It's going to 1 hop, 2 hops to the fence. 2 runs will score. They're still coming home, and Brady Chambers is in with a stand-up double. Greg, you called it.
We've been watching. We've seen those in the cage, and just absolutely waiting for that one.
Tatlock scores, as does Pylant. Chambers at third with a couple of ribbies. And the Miners are breaking this one open now at 8-0 here in the bottom of the third inning.
And here you got Piper, who's as hot as anybody right now.
Piper Bland digging in. Ball high and outside. The windup and the pitch. Chambers was starting to go, thought better of it, turned around and hightailed it back. She would have been met by committee. The shortstop and the third baseman were there. She thought better of it and turned around. Nobody was covering the bag, so a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ball low and inside. Catcher Delaney Davis couldn't hold on to that one. And so we now have Brady Chambers at third. Count on Piper Bland is 2-1 at the plate. Jessica Hovius getting a word of encouragement from her second baseman, Clara McGee. Now she digs back in, and so does Piper Bland. Ball outside. 3-1 the count. Hovius. Right-handed delivery. Ball hit high, popped up. Third baseman coming out. The catcher coming over. They missed the ball in foul territory. Delaney Davis had probably the best shot at it. Well, I would have to say the third baseman coming forward had the best shot at it, but the catcher had to try to make the play over her shoulder.
I think you'd probably want your third baseman to call that one off. But for Piper, we'll live to see another pitch here, so let's see if she takes advantage of it.
3-2 the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Miners with 4 runs in this inning to bolt ahead 8-0. There's the pitch. There's a foul ball just barely down the third base line. Brady Chambers raises her shoulders like, what are you trying to do? Take me out? So Piper stays alive at 3-2. Hovius Ball in the dirt. Great stop by Davis.
There you go. Good job by
But
Piper there. Draw a walk out of it.
Puts Piper on at first. And now runners at the corners as Addie Ward steps in, the left fielder.
It's a good spot for Addie here.
See what Addie can do with it. She had a single runner going there to second. Great job to back up the play, but they weren't watching as Chambers goes home. Piper is now at second. It was a great backup play there, but by the center fielder to get that ball that was over the second baseman's head. But while she was fielding the ball, Chambers was making hay, running down the third baseline to score.
You did not want to give it. You don't want to give that free base. You got 2 outs. You want to make that throw, but that throw's got to be down, and they catch it out there. They got to know if you're not getting out, they're going home. You've got to be ready to make that throw, and they just hesitated.
You have to say, there's the pitch, there's
nice
a ball
in the
laced to
there.
the alley in right center field. It's going to go roll to the wall. One run is in, and here comes the runner in at third base. A stand-up triple for Addie Ward.
Got to love that. That was a well-hit ball there.
Piper scores, and I guess unofficially you could say it's a third triple of the night, even though 2 of the other ones were by error.
We come back to where we started here.
Brings up Abby McKee, and I'm going to have to change 4 to number 3, continued here, as McKee steps in. Ball outside.
Oh, he called that a strike.
Oh, he did? Thank you, Heather. 0-1 the count. Boy, you know,
good eye.
I hate to, because the Miners have swung the bat extremely well tonight. But I must say, errors committed by the Thunderbirds have been the huge difference in this ballgame.
Early, I don't think that this inning we've done. I think we've just hit the ball well. The thing about it is with this game, we've hit the ball at different times this year. Outside of Jasper game, we've not strung things together. We've not taken advantage of opportunities. And tonight, they've come to the plate with the right approach, and they've moved runners and done things well. So happy for them that way that they're continuing to build on the things they've been doing the last 4 or 5 ball games.
A Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout on Addie Ward will finally wrap up the third, but not until the damage is done. The Miners add 4 runs in the bottom of the third to take an impressive 10-0 lead as we head to the top of the fourth on the Team Ortho scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Tradition is so important in sports. Linton Sporting Goods has a 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. Dad got his letter jacket here, and now it's his son's turn. Mom brings her daughter in for volleyball, basketball, and softball gear. Sports just runs through the family, and so does Linton Sporting Goods. And don't forget, they offer custom screen printing and embroidery, all items, all sports, all the time. Linton Sporting Goods, Highway 54, where the winners shop.
Welcome back as we go now to the top of the fourth on the Team Ortho scoreboard. The Miners up 10-0.
So, Greg, I have a question. So you've had daughters that have played pretty much softball their entire life, like a lot of these that are playing on this field. And when it gets to be their senior year, do you think it's starting to really set into Brady Chambers and Adeline Ward that their season is, do you think, or are they just so much into the game and so?
I don't think, I'll just speak to Erin's case, last year. I don't think she thought or had much conversation about it with us until we got to sectional time when you go out there that it could be your last one. And it's tough. I don't care what sport you play. When you take that uniform off the last time and it's the last time, it's tough.
Right.
Delaney Davis at the plate, 1-0 the count. There's a ball high, 2-0. I don't want to jinx anybody or be disrespectful in any way, but is there a 10-run rule in softball?
After 5.
After 5. Delaney Davis steps in here. Bailey Tiemann is on deck. There's the pitch. That's a strike on the inside.
I've seen enough of these Eastern Thunderbirds to know that they're not done yet.
2-1 the count.
They're a scrappy bunch. They're going to play hard until the last out. So I certainly wouldn't.
Stanton with a pitch, a little high.
Want to see these Miners take 1 foot off the gas at all. They need to keep this intensity up.
3-1 on Delaney Davis, the leadoff hitter here in inning number 4 for the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds. Swing and a miss. Good cut.
That was a good pitch. I think Claire caught her off balance there. It looked like she threw that little curve that she does, and it moved in on her and kind of surprised her with that.
There's a swing and a miss.
Great
Boy,
pitch.
Delaney was behind that one. So there's our Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout for out number 1. Brings Bailey Tiemann to the plate. That's, by the way, the 6th strikeout of the night for the left-handed Claire Stanton, who's gone the distance. Tiemann stepping in here on the left side. So we have lefty against lefty. Ball high and outside. Tiemann digs back in, stepped out of the box for a moment, and digs back in. The 1-0 pitch, low, 2-0. Right now, what the Eastern Greene Thunderbirds need more than anything are base runners. And Tiemann is up in the count, 2-0. 3-0. We're in the middle of the order. We're at hitters 5, 6, and 7 here in the 4th. The windup and the delivery. Swing and a miss.
Great pitch. Tiemann obviously had a green light there on a 3-0.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
You know you're going to get it grooved. Some coaches will say, I've done it before where I've had a kid that's hot and say, hey, if you like it, take it.
Well, if you need somebody to make a play, that's a good opportunity to make one. And right now the Thunderbirds need someone to make a play.
Hats off to Jessica McKee with the nice right-handed catch there off the rebound into the stands. I don't know if she called it or not, but she made the catch.
Here's a 3-2. 3-2 delivery. Foul back.
Score update from our minor broadcasting student Bubba Chansey at the bottom of the 4th. Northeast DuBois leads Linton 4-2.
A good one going on over there. Stanton's delivery.
Oh, got her.
Oh, called that a strikeout.
That was a good pitch.
Another Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeouts. That's 2 consecutive, and that brings up Ashlyn Bellman. Emelise Roach is on deck. Right now, Stanton threatening to strike out the side here. There's another strike. You always hesitate again. If I say something about a groove, then the ball gets grooved right out of here. Somewhere. But Claire is on. There's another strike, swing and a miss. 0-2 the count here in the top of the 4th, 10-0 Miners. Stanton likes the call. There's the pitch.
Great pitch.
That was a breaking pitch. And she had broke for the dugout before that ball even got to the mitt.
Yeah, just that changeup and just flat froze her.
A Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout. 3 up, 3 down in that inning, all strikeouts. And Boy, Claire Stanton is just on a roll as we go now to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Miners still with a commanding 10-0 lead on the Team Ortho scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
The benefits of choosing a career in the union construction industry are truly limitless.
Some of the things that I've worked on that I'm extremely proud of are some of the pipe racks that we just built for Eli Lilly.
Yeah, there's a lot of different avenues to grow and to advance in your career.
If you're a senior and college isn't for you, in the trades there's so many opportunities. You get to work with your hands, you get trained for free, and the options are unlimited. You can do so many different things with this career.
So we have another pitching change. This time, though, we're just going back to Addison Ramey is going back to the hill. And Jessica Hovius has gone back to shortstop. So the two that flip-flopped have just flip-flopped again. That brings up Bella Franklin, where it hit hitters 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Franklin, McKee, and Tatlock.
Bella's due as well. She's hit some good balls that
she has
that have been caught in the outfield in the last few games. You like to see her hit one here in the gap.
It was a 1-0. I like the fact that she is still patient, knowing it's her time is coming. Digs in here at the 1-0 pitch. There's the ball hit to the shortstop. Tough hop makes the play. Hovius with the throw in time to get Bella Franklin.
Kind of got jammed up there. Got her on the handle a little bit. Still made him make a play.
Up next for the Miners, the right fielder, number 30, Libby McKee.
Brings up Olivia McKee. Tatlock on deck. There's a ball outside. Again, Heather, we went out fairly recently. I know we posted some video. Here's the 1-0 pitch, 2-0. And got to see the Greene County Builders. Is that what it was called?
Greene County Student Builders.
That was impressive.
It was. And they're hosting an open house.
Ball high and outside.
At their student build. It's going to be happening on May 10th and May 11th. We've got all of that information on our Facebook page.
Including a 9-minute video, which we're very proud of. Shows the Builders working. There's a swing and a miss, 3-2.
Have a great program, the Student Builders program is.
Doing a tremendous job, and these kids really know what they're doing. There's a hopper to third base. There's a throw in time for out number 2.
Got a switch here with your DP and your flex are flipping here, so Claire's going to come in and bat for Tatlock in this spot here.
Claire Stanton.
Yep.
Coming in to hit here.
Miners, number 15, Claire Stanton.
Claire checks in with the umpire. He's making an announcement for all to hear, and Claire will dig in from the left side. Be facing Addison Ramey, who's back on the hill. There's a strike. Ball popped up. It's going to fall to fill its fair territory, and it's in there. She's going to round over to second. And she's in there with a stand-up double. What a great hit by Claire Stanton.
Got another sub here. Looks like Kenzie.
See, number 10.
Number 10,
Mackenzie Swinney is stepping in now.
Bat for
Pilots.
Yep.
Now, we have seen Mackenzie before, a freshman. She's stepping in, a right-handed hitter. Got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Sweeney takes a strike. Oh and 1. Ball outside.
See her parents in the stands right now. They're nervous.
You always are for your kid.
Oh, yeah.
She's doing a great job.
Great
swing, great cut. Just didn't make contact on that one, and it's 1-2. McKenzie gets some instructions from the coach down the third baseline, and then we'll step back in. Ramey with the pitch. Going to third base, and with that, Claire Stanton has a stolen base. Boy, that's difficult to do from second to third. Oh, they call her out?
Yeah, they called her out on the check swing.
Okay, so that's the end of 3.5. No, it's the end of 4. We come back now for the
top of the 5th.
Top of the 5th with the Miners up 10-0 on the Team Ortho scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
City Linton employees are dedicated to providing the best and most reliable utility service, security, and safety for its families and students. As the new mayor, I agree with the sign, "You'll like Linton." But you'll really love our miners.
So Greg Elliott here in the booth was explaining to me, because I was watching as Stanton was going from second to third, and she was definitely safe, but it was the action at the plate that caused the inning to end. Greg, explain that for us.
Yeah, Kenzie check swinged on it, and it was the third strike. Umpire behind the plate called strike. It's a strike. Well, you know, sometimes you'll see them call a ball, and then the catcher and ask for an appeal from the field up. But when he calls it a strike, it's a strike. So that was the third strike and third out of the inning. So what happened over at third didn't really materialize.
Yeah,
it didn't.
Yeah. We are at hitters 7, 8, and 9 in the Eastern Greene Thunderbird order. Probably not where they'd like to be here at the top of the 5th. They're trailing 10-0. And number 10 is stepping up. We have a new hitter. Clara Hawk.
At the plate for the Thunderbirds, number 10, Clara Hawk.
Stepping in.
She substituted for number 12. Originally.
I have her for number 4. Oh, was she in before?
It's only 10 for 12 will go.
Oh, okay.
She's batting in this position.
Yeah, a junior. Clara is getting ready to step in here.
Which the flex can bat in.
Stepping in. Stanton rocks and fires. An attempted bunt there, at least showing bunt. But there's a ball outside. I think. Is that what they call that? Hawk digs back in. There's a bunt. Going back to Stanton. She fires it to first in time. 1 runner down. It was a good bunt, but Stanton made the play that had to be made.
A weather update. It's currently 80 degrees, still with a 7-mile-an-hour wind to the north.
And that, of course, is weather with Heather.
Kevin.
So stepping in now is Bianca Wyatt. We do. But we always need sponsors, Craig.
That's a great pitch right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of sponsors, we thank all of the sponsors that you've seen tonight in rotation that make this broadcast free to view at home for you. So be sure to patronize them and thank them for their sponsorships of all things Linton.
Exactly right. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count now on Number 9, Melanie Wyatt.
Kevin, should we go ahead and tease this that we have a big announcement coming up on Monday?
Yeah, so stay tuned. Here's a ball fouled back.
We teased it.
A lot of things going on.
We teased it today, and we got some really interesting comments today on our Facebook page. So that
you can elaborate on one of them.
That announcement was
here's the 0-2 delivery
with our teacher. Thank a teacher, National Teacher Day.
Here's a ball outside. One and two is the count now. One out, top of the 5th, 10-0 Miners, nobody on. Right now, Melanie Wyatt trying to get something started here. Ball popped up over the Miner tower, out of play. Claire Stanton, the ball outside. Evens up the count at 2-2.
Looks like that one slipped out of her hand.
8 strikeouts so far tonight for Claire. The lefty has done her job so far tonight and held the Thunderbirds scoreless. Oh my, that was a 3-2.
A little bit low.
That was a ball low. Piper Bland's said something about it, but I think it was politely. 3-2 the count.
Nice.
There's an inside pitch, a swing and a miss, and another Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout, their 9th of the ball game, and it brings up the 9th hitter in the order, and I think.
The center fielder, number 5, Bianca Wyatt.
Well, is that number 9 or number 5?
Number 5.
It's 5. Okay, I apologize. Dara, I should just pipe down, right?
Well, 9 just
Sometimes with that long hair, you just see a portion of the number.
9 just struck out, so if she's back up, we're in trouble.
Okay. That's a good point. Bianca Wyatt, swing and a miss, 0-1.
Claire's been working on a change, and she's struggling with it, and I know it's not her favorite pitch, but she's thrown it really, really well tonight.
Here's the 0-1.
Nice when you see.
Oh, my. 1-1.
That hard work pay off a little bit.
The Miners 1 out away of salting away their 6th win of the year. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ball outside. 2-1. Almost one of those where you want to say, just put it down the middle and let the infield behind you make the play. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Wyatt digs in 2-2 with 2 outs, top of the 5th. Eastern Greene trailing 10-0 to the Miners. Stanton waves off the first pitch. Wyatt backs out. See what pitch they go to here. Fastball. Wait a minute, that was just ball 3, right? She's embarrassed. Bianca Wyatt thought she had ball 4 and was, a quarter of a way down first baseline when she realized that, it's only ball 3. Full count now, and she digs back in. Here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss, and a Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home strikeout to end the game, her 10th of the ball game, and the Miners win it 10-0.
Great win. Absolutely great win for the Miners.
The Miners now get their record up to 6-6 at 500 and 4-1, most importantly in the conference. We'll be back with the Stanger Homes post-game show when we return. The Miners on the Team Ortho scoreboard win it by shutting out the Thunderbirds 10-0. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Whether you're looking looking to purchase or sell a home, the opportunity is better than ever. Take advantage of the falling interest rates. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. The best investment opportunity will not fit into a safe deposit box, but you can live in it. Go with a tradition of trust. When you are ready to buy or sell, call me, Michelle Stanger at Stanger Homes, 812-219-2307, and start packing.
Welcome back to the Stanger Homes post-game show. The Miners have an impressive victory here, 10-0. I think it's probably a little early in the season to say it's a statement game, but, Greg, it's a good win.
It's a good win. But, again, conference win, county opponent, all of those things aside, you're looking to continue to get better every game, and they got better tonight. They did a lot of really, really good things at the plate, things that they've been doing, and now – you're starting to see more kids doing it, and you're starting to see those benefits and those rewards from good plate approaches. And then, again, Claire's solid, 10 strikeouts tonight. Defense is solid behind her. Good win.
They played opportunistic softball tonight. They took advantage of the errors that were given them early and then added on to them. There was one inning where, like you said, it's like was your cup half empty or half full? They scored 2 runs, but they stranded 3. And so you thought to yourself, we left 3 on base, but they scored 2.
Yeah, and you're going to have that. It's not an easy game to hit a round ball with a round moving object, and, that's just the way it is. And so there's going to be situations that you're not going to always take advantage of, but they did a really good job tonight other than that one inning. And, again, like I said, they did take advantage of some in that inning. They just didn't get them all.
If you look at the scoring by the innings, the Miners come out with 2 runs in the first, so they were opportunistic right out of the chute tonight. They get 2 more runs in the second, pile on 6 more in the third. They were shut out in the fourth, but they hold the Thunderbirds without any runs the entire 5 innings to win this one going away 10-0. And if you look at, you could talk about Claire Stanton, but Claire seemed to, with her 10 strikeouts, just seemed to can throw the game that she always throws. But the hitters came out tonight.
Yeah. And again, we strung things together. Addie Ward had some nice hits. Piper had some nice hits. Pilot had some great hits. Brady had a nice one there. You just go down the list of players. Tatlock had a nice hit in there. The McKee girls. It was just an all-around great game and great plate approach. So good to see us build on it.
Look at Maylee Pilot, 3 hits, scored 3 times. Addie McKee with a triple, she scored. Brady Chambers with 2 out of 3, she scored 2 runs. I mean, it's just impressive. A single for Piper, she scored a run. Abby McKee, she scored a run when she walked, and we were talking about how impressive that was. Olivia McKee with a single, she scored. Ashlyn Tatlock scored. I mean, it's just an impressive night, I think. And now we'll find out what the Beth Warrens, the coach, thinks about that. And we watched this one, and I thought you watch Claire Stanton, you say she pitched her good game, but tonight the batters came out to play.
Yeah. Last 3 or 4 games, and I've been saying it on air and in the dugout, our approach at the plate has gotten a lot more locked in, and it makes all the difference in the world. So when you're not chasing and you're not guessing, good things happen. So, and the ability to string together some stuff, and a few of them early on weren't even hit hard, but then you take advantage. But if you get it in play, you have a chance because they got to do, they got to field it, they got to throw it, somebody else got to catch it. So there's all kinds of opportunities for the other team to make mistakes. But, when you're swinging and missing at bad pitches, they don't have to do anything. So they've come around. They really have, and I'm pretty pleased with the direction we're headed. So
I want to run down this a little bit because we have not really, in the games we've done anyway, seen what we saw tonight. And I want to start with Maylee Pilot right at the top. 3 hits, 3 runs. I mean, she was impressive tonight.
Well, yeah, bless her heart. She, you want your leadoff to be your firecracker, get things started, right? So, and she does, and then she's aggressive on the bases too, which helps. And then, Addison behind her now, she's been a good bunter all year, and then she didn't get one down tonight, but then she turned around and got a hit. So, Addison will battle through 2 strikes. It doesn't matter. She'll get the ball in play. Brady's getting better and better. Piper's getting better. So then all of a sudden now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Where does their pitcher get to take a breath? And then you look at 5 and 6. Ward's starting to get her swing back in order. Abby's been coming on strong the last 6 games. So that's
Piper had a good night tonight too.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, she's
I just in watching this, I kept thinking that in the early part of the ball game, the Thunderbirds committed some errors. You were opportunistic, but then from then on, you were just more. Seemed like everything was more aggressive. You were able to get hits, and for once, it wasn't where the other player was standing.
Right,
they were going right into the field.
And at some point, you just at the risk of sounding not politically correct, at some point you just go step on their neck, and they had more of that in them tonight. To let's just go. So,
Greg.
I just talk about your base running, because I think tonight was as aggressive as I've seen them run, and they took advantage of balls in the outfield, and the throw down to 2, we took advantage of that. Just a lot of things there that I felt like were heads up tonight. That we've made some base running errors tonight. It looked like they were just locked in.
Yeah, and again, and I talked to him last night when we got back from that game. I said, listen, I know we got prom this weekend, and I'm going to turn you loose. I said, but please don't go to prom until after the game.
Right,
please, because I said Eastern worries me a little bit. They've been scoring more runs this year. And I said, I could see us 10-run ruling them. I could see them turn around and biting us right in the rear end if we're not locked in. And by golly, they came in, like I said, they were locked in all the way around, the base running, the hitting. All of it was like, I couldn't be happier with them. They've earned a couple days off here to go have some fun.
They had I guess, and if you looked at your QABs tonight, you're going to have a lot of those, because you had a lot of kids that took 0-2 counts and made them full and drew some walks and fouled off a lot of pitches even when they got out or got a strikeout. So it was good to see and what you were talking about.
Yeah, the plate approach, and like I said, I'm not sure we had a poor at bat.
No.
Which I can't remember last night, for as short of an outing as we had, we went through 9.5 batters. We were partway through the 10th batter of the game in that second inning when we got stopped, and we hadn't had any bad at-bats then. So it just kind of carried over today, and I was very pleased with that. So, if we can keep that going, if we can keep the idea that we're just going to have good at-bats, good things will happen, and we're going to be, we're certainly not going to be a pushover for anybody.
No.
Coach, you look at the record, so now you've evened it up at 500, 6-6. Most importantly, I think 4-1 in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and we're going to have a big one coming up here. We've got 2 more coming up, both rainouts, both scheduled for next week, I think it is. Or maybe one's next week, one's the week after, I can't remember. But, yeah, the weather's not looking real promising next week even, so we'll see.
What are you pointing at, Heather?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
My.
So, next week's another, again, kind of a brutal week as far as you're playing every day, but also you're playing tough teams. Again, North Central just beat North Davies the other night, 2-1.
Lagodi,
and Lagodi generally has a good program. I think their record looks like they're down a little bit, but again, down for them is not necessarily terrible, right? And then, like I said, the Clay City game, if we can take care of business Monday against North Central, that Clay City game becomes huge, because that becomes for a share of the league, of the conference, excuse me. And then playing Clay City right before Sullivan's a nice look for us. And, of course, Sullivan being a sectional opponent, and the way the draw came out, we got the bye, but we get the winner of Sullivan and South Knox, so we could very well face them about 10 days later. So now I've already been talking to Weber about here's what I'm thinking about lineups, and here's what I want to do, and here's how I want to attack it, and things of that nature. So, it's like I said, I feel pretty good about things. Addie Ward did tell me when I took her out of the game that I hope that was worth it. That's the last game you've coached, because I'm having my mom call tonight.
Wow.
And laughing the whole way through it, of course, messing around. But, they have a good time.
These days you're not always sure, Coach.
Yeah.
So
oh, no, it was this
With
group.
Addie, you're sure.
Yeah, this group, Yeah, this group is, they've, like I said, they're a joy to coach. They're a joy to be around.
They do seem to enjoy themselves when they're playing.
And they do. You know, when I pulled those 4 kids, they were like, okay. And they stood right there and they talked to the rest of them, cheering them on. You know, foul ball got hit here. I said, hey, ball out. Boom. First, they didn't look around like whose job is that to go get it. One of them, Brady sprinted out there.
But it was nice to see some new kids in there. Swinney got a chance to get to the plate.
Yeah, and then on the bunt, Swinney did a nice job covering and all that. So, yeah, Swinney played the one game when Maley was hurt. And Gracie Alsman has gotten a couple pinch hit opportunities. Adrian just got a pinch hit opportunity last night, but then got a little defensive work there. And, Delia got to get in left. And, I mean, nothing's been hit to her, but if you look at spray charts over the year, there's not been a lot hit to left this year anyway. But yeah, I was happy that I was able to get them something. It's not, I know it's not much, but they were happy to be in. Like, they were all smiles and ready to go. So, yeah, it's just,
and like I said, nice.
And the rest of them are happy for them. I mean, I can't say enough about the way this team approaches life in general.
10-0 final. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Always appreciate the coverage.
Heather, I will turn things back to you here. Again, the final, 10-0. The Miners win and go to, as I said, 6-6 overall and 4-1 in the conference. Eastern Greene drops to 6-8 and 1-4 in the SWIAC. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Heather.
So, as always, and we're going to reiterate this from what we had spoken of earlier in the game. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday at the Baseball Diamond as the Shackamack Lakers come to visit the Linton Miners. This is a varsity game only. It starts at 11 a.m. We will go on air probably at 10:30. We have Coach Bart Burns that will be on us with us on color. And then as we wrap up baseball, we will be heading to Grand March to live stream Prom 2024, and doors open at 4:45. It is free. So get there early to get the best seat. We will go live at 5:15 and kind of do some pre-coverage of Grand March, and then Grand March begins at 5:30. Both of these games, baseball and prom will be free to view for you, so we appreciate all of those that will join us. And then next week is a very busy week for Linton Minor coverage and Linton Minor games, and both the baseball team and the softball team will be in play almost every night next week, as well as track and tennis. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned to our Facebook page, and we will tell you where we will be and when, and keep you updated of any rainouts or reschedules, as we always do. As Kevin mentioned earlier.
And you said we'll have a big announcement coming up.
We do have a big announcement that'll be, we're going to say that we're not going to post it probably until after the prom. We want to let prom, the couples and everything, have their moment this weekend, but we do have an announcement coming on Sunday or Monday of next week. It kind of just depends on how things go over the weekend. But as always, we really appreciate the opportunity to bring you this coverage, free to view at home, and thanks to the sponsors. And one of those sponsors is Stanger Homes. From your first home to your dream home, call Michelle Stanger in Bloomington for being our post-game sponsor. Greg, you have any parting words?
No, great win, good night, and certainly wish all the kids fun on prom weekend and safety and all of that. So
hope the weather holds for them. Yep. Saturday is prom, Grand March, and then Saturday they're off to Kings Island.
And we'll be carrying Grand March.
Grand March, we just mentioned that earlier, that we'll be carrying that. So we want to also remind all of you that we have our National Teacher Day contest going on right now. We've already had 26 entries, and as mentioned with Kevin, over half of those are from students. So be sure to go in and check out the Facebook page on this. So for Greg Elliott, Kevin Rader, and myself, this is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.